Hey everybody, my name's Aaron McDonald and you are watching Parts. You may have noticed my better half and mostly platonic life mate is not here right now, so you're gonna have to watch me solo. And in honor of that, I'm going to be calling this series Private Parts. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing video. Severin recently had a sale and it was also my birthday. So we have a few Severin titles and a Chriterion title, mostly which I have not seen. So let's get into it. The first title is Bad Biology. This is a Frank Henenlotter movie. Written by R.A. the Rugged Man. Henenlotter is the genius behind such movies as the Basket Case series and Frankenhooker and Brain Damage. This movie is if you're a Henenlotter fan, it's total Henenlotter. It's kind of a combination. It's kind of Basket Case meets Brain Damage, really. It's about a mutant vagina and a monster dick. So if that sounds appealing to you at all, then you should definitely check this out. It's a really nasty little piece of work, but if you like Henenlotter, it's totally worth watching. It's a lot of fun and it's fucking totally insane. So that was the first title that I bought. The first time I'd seen it was back in, God, probably 2008, 09. Netflix, when they first started streaming, had a bunch of super random titles. It was a bunch of Italian horror movies, and I mean, they had everything from Zombie to Suspiria to The Story of O to, I mean, The Beast. They had all sorts of like pretty culty underground titles, and Bad Biology was one of the movies on there. And I loved Henenlotter. Basket Case is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a long story, but my mom and I shared a love of Basket Case from watching it on USA when I was a kid. It wasn't up all night. I mean, it was on there all the time. But it was Saturday Night Nightmares introduced me to a whole bunch of horror movies. And Basket Case was one of those. And ever since my mom and I saw it, we were in love with it. And I was watching it far, far too young. So Henenlotter has been one of my guys since then. And I would definitely recommend Bad Biology. The second title we'll be talking about is Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. This movie I've not seen, but I've heard about it for years. And it stars Bo Svensson and Susan Tyrrell. This was notoriously on one of the Video Nasties list, and all sorts of titles were on there. The Evil Dead was on there, and some pretty random stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. The last movie I got is one of my favorite movies of all time by one of my favorite directors of all time, and that is Cemetery Man. This stars Rupert Everett, and it's directed by Michele Soavi. He is a disciple of Argento and came up in the same crew as like Lamberto Bava, and they worked together a bunch. Soavi was actually the dude in Demons that was wearing that silver mask and gave the kids the movie tickets. So Soavi directed a bunch of movies. He directed a bunch, but his four kind of biggest films were Stage Fright, which was a slasher giallo film about a killer who wears an owl mask, and it's all based on, or like, it's all based in the theater. So everybody in this theater troupe are getting murdered by a dude in an owl mask. Then there was The Church, which was supposed to be a sequel to the Demon, like it was essentially Demons 3 set in church, as opposed to like a film. Demons 3 is fucking sick. Definitely recommend. I mean, it's total insanity, but it's beautiful art and really, really insane monsters and things. And I would definitely recommend checking that out. And then he also directed this movie called The Sect, or La Setta. It was about a cult, kind of a Manson-y cult, and this lady is kind of... it kind of reminds me of, like, the camera work is... Actually, it's very similar to Cemetery Man. A lot of stuff kind of seemed to take a cue from Terry Gilliam, it seemed to me. But it all kind of has that same kind of City of Lost Children and a bunch of like all the Gilliam work, and these movies have these kind of just insane camera angles and like tracking shots and things that are unbelievable, and it's so outlandish. I don't know. It's art. And it really, I love it. So Cemetery Man is based on the Della Morte Dellamore series. They were graphic novels, and Rupert Everett is this dude, Francisco Della Morte, and his job is basically, he's a caretaker at a cemetery, and his job is to make sure he murders the undead. Is it like... He basically guards the cemetery, and any entity that starts coming out of the cemetery, he makes sure it gets back in the ground. And it's very surreal, and it's full of humor and insane monsters and things you've never seen before. And that's what I love about Italians. They have a way to... they leave it all on the screen. If they have an idea, they fucking put it on there, and it's all... beautiful. So Cemetery Man is a definite recommend if you have not seen it. And the last film, the Criterion movie that I got is Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Cure. So this is a serial killer movie from the 90s. It's Japanese, obviously. But kind of a spin. It came out while kind of the during the serial killer craze in the 90s, when Severin and Silence of the Lambs and Copycat, all these things were kind of like really serial killers had a moment. Not necessarily in real life, but on the screen. And out of that came Cure, and it's about a series of murders in Japan, all committed by separate people, but all following the same pattern. And so it's just an investigation into these murders and kind of what led to them. And it's, you know, if you're a fan of Japanese cinema, you know, it's very artfully done and very introspective, and it's very cool. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. There are films that I feel like I have to own, that I have to have in my possession. Not just on digital, but that I have to have a physical copy of, something to hold and something to hang on to and something to pass down to my kiddo. God bless her if she ever wants this nightmare of a collection that I have. I mean, I don't know if she'll want something like Bad Biology or The Sinful Dwarf, but hey, it's there if she wants it. So thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll have more videos coming soon, and hopefully we can get John reintegrated into the fold. So thanks for watching. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you liked all this nonsense, then click that like and subscribe.